When I was a kid, I lived blocks from Northwestern's football field, and after our Pee Wee games on Saturdays, we'd ride our bikes to Dike Stadium, and the ushers would let us in for free to watch Ohio State or Michigan pound the Wildcats 70-0. The fact that I still call it Dike Stadium should tell you pretty much how I feel about the announcement today that Big Ten territory now includes the beaches of New Jersey. I hate it. I could stomach the inclusion of Nebraska because it looks like Iowa, and I was fine with Penn State because, well, before that monster Sandusky anyway, they seem very Midwestern in their approach to things, very 3 yards in a cloud of dust-like. But adding Maryland and Rutgers, which is just a fancy way of saying the University of New Jersey, is just an obscene money grab. And that's all this is about, money. I'm a big boy, I get it, fine, take the money, leave the name. Let's now stop calling it the Big Ten because it's not, and not just because there are 14 members. Oh, but it's the Big Ten brand that's so valuable, Ted. Not anymore. It's been diluted beyond recognition. The Big Ten is Iowa and Minnesota playing for a trophy of a pig. It's Purdue and Indiana playing for a bucket. It's not Maryland and Illinois playing for a... See what I mean? Being in the Big Ten means deciding on Friday night you want to see your team play a road game on Saturday and making it there in time to fire up the coals. Huskers playing at Rutgers, that's 1,200 plus miles. You better leave Tuesday. Look, I don't blame Maryland and Rutgers for taking the bait. At least they admit they're coming on board for the cash. We should thank them, I guess, for not BSing us about tradition. Now it is the Big Tent Conference. Leaders, legends, and leeches. 'Twas the night before voting, and all through the land, people stopped talking to neighbors they could no longer stand. For they hate your guy, but you hate theirs worse. And you've learned all the talking points, chapter and verse. The yard signs are placed on the front lawns with care, knowing full well come morning they may not be there. For Ma in her blue shirt and Pa in his red, the outcome uncertain, but we know civility's dead. Don't you dare mention you like candidate Y. It'll lead you to argue. It could make you cry. This campaign's been so ugly, there's been so much clatter, we've lost sight of the things that really ought matter. So let me explain, as I've been here before, cast my first vote in college, way back in '84. I voted 7 times since I've been alive. My guys won 2 times. My guys also lost 5, so I know what it's like to be sad in November, so I'll share with you this. I just hope you remember. This is, without doubt, the greatest country of all. We prove that ourselves every 4th fall. We go into a booth, and although there's no lever, we pick our leader. There's no system more clever. We will be fine. We will. I will scream and I will shout it. I pray for no hard feelings, but somehow I doubt it. Well, the news that Eastman Kodak filed for bankruptcy today comes as no surprise, but it could signal a sad end for what was once a giant American company. Now, some businesses do pull out of Chapter 11, and I hope a plan develops, but if it doesn't, it's over. It's not that Kodak didn't want to adapt to a digital age, but when consumers think of you as a film company for more than 100 years, it's pretty hard to sell yourself as cutting edge in this digital age. So a whole generation is growing up not knowing what this is. Can you see what that is? This is a negative. It started as film. You put it in the camera, you used it sparingly because it was expensive, and you took your time to get that right shot. You didn't just fire off 15 at once. And then it was sent to a lab, and then it was sent back, and the whole thing took about a week, and then a day, and then they got it down to a matter of minutes. But still, it was enough time to think about what you wanted to do with that image. Right now, a teenager, or an adult for that matter, but I'm concerned about the teens, can come up with an idea to send a photograph that he or she thinks will be private, take the picture, and send it all within seconds, only to find out they'll spend a lifetime regretting it. Stories of students in trouble for sending or sharing sexual images are no longer shocking to us. In fact, they have become commonplace. We are an instant society. I am not convinced we are a better one. We might be losing more than a company here, folks. We're losing the right kind of Kodak moments.